Welcome to the ultimate heavyweight championship of the Arctic. Imagine a frozen arena, a massive iceberg floating in the dark, freezing ocean. In one corner, we have the challenger, the polar bear, the undisputed king of the ice. And in the other corner, the reigning, defending heavyweight champion, the colossal Pacific Walrus. Today, we are breaking down what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. Let's look at the stats for our challenger, the polar bear. This is the largest land predator on planet Earth. When standing on its hind legs, a male polar bear can tower over 10 feet tall. But size isn't its only weapon. They are armed with razor sharp, curved claws that act like meat hooks designed to grip slippery ice and tear through flesh. Combine that with a bite force strong enough to crush a seal's skull in a single snap, and you have a perfect killing machine. They are also stealthy, blending in perfectly with the snow, and highly intelligent, using calculated tactics to ambush their prey. But then we have the walrus. If the polar bear is a fighter jet, the walrus is a living tank. A full grown male walrus can weigh up to 3,300 pounds. That is over 1,500 kilograms. It's like fighting a small car. Their primary defense is their armor, a ridiculously thick hide covering a massive layer of blubber. Predators simply cannot bite deep enough to hit anything vital. And we can't forget their weapons. Two massive ivory tusks that can grow up to 3 feet long. Sure, on land, they are clumsy and slow, moving like giant slugs. But once they slip into the water, they transform into agile, dangerous torpedoes. So, how does the fight actually play out? It starts on the ice. The polar bear knows it cannot win a direct wrestling match, so it uses its stealth. It creeps low, hiding behind ice blocks, waiting for the perfect moment while the walrus sleeps. Then it strikes. The bear leaps, sinking its claws and teeth into the walrus's neck. But this is where the bear realizes it made a huge mistake. The teeth just sink into inches of solid fat. The walrus wakes up furiously. It whips its massive head around, swinging those giant tusks like deadly swords. The bear, realizing it's in danger of being impaled, jumps back, exhausted and surprised. But the fight isn't over. The sheer weight of the struggle causes the ice beneath them to crack. With a massive splash, both titans fall into the freezing, dark water. The tables have completely turned. On the ice, the bear had the agility advantage. In the water, the bear is out of its element, paddling frantically to stay afloat. Meanwhile, the walrus is right at home. It dives deep into the abyss, turns around, and rockets upward, using its tusks like spears aimed directly at the vulnerable bear. The verdict? In a fair, one-on-one fight between two healthy adults, the walrus wins almost 80% of the time. In fact, in the wild, polar bears are smart enough to know this. They almost never attack a full-grown male walrus, choosing instead to target sick individuals or undefended babies. The walrus is simply too big, too heavily armored, and too heavily armed. The true king of the Arctic isn't the one with the white fur. It's the fat, grumpy giant with the massive tusks. If you enjoyed this battle of the beasts, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more wild matchups and animal facts. See you in the next one.